Hello, welcome to another edition of the Code Coder. I'm here to make you great and help you innovate. Today we're going to be talking about Swift loops, and these are repetitive tasks that the computer does. Let's think about what we do repetitively. Anything humans do repetitively, all right, can be better done by a computer because computers don't get distracted. So let's take a car example. We're driving a car and we're putting on makeup, we're eating, we're playing with our phone, we're looking on the sidewalk, we're doing everything but paying attention. You see, once humans start doing something repetitively, our mind starts drifting, and that makes it kind of dangerous for us. Well, the computer also has loops, okay? They do over and over and probably be a little bit better. Now with the advent of autonomous vehicles, you might start thinking maybe autonomous vehicles would be a better idea than having uh, humans drive because they don't get distracted. Well, these loops are what we're going to discover today. How does a computer loop repetitiously through code and do functions over and over? Let's get started. Okay, Command Spacebar will be our Xcode. Actually, we have a playground that's on the desktop. We can go ahead and just open it. Okay, same playground from yesterday. We're just going to start doing some loops. Okay, so the first thing we'll do is we'll actually create something called a for loop or a for in loop. Okay, so we're going to see how many times we want to loop through something. So if you're going to use a for in loop when you know how many times you're going to loop through. So let's say we want to loop through 4 times. We would do a for in loop like this. Okay, we'll just put hello. Okay, something like that. And you'll see down the debugger down here, it'll say, hello, my name is Coder 4 times. So the debugger will show you what's the output of your for loop. Pretty awesome. This just talks about how many times number goes through this loop. So 4 times, okay? So if we actually put another thing down here like, let's see, and we could actually print a variable in a string like this. Let's go period /. Then we go to the next line and cut it off with another quote. And you see it says and the number is, and so down here you will actually be counting the number. And it's this variable number. You don't have to declare it or anything. It's pretty awesome. We'll talk about scope towards the end, but the scope of that number, that variable, is just for that loop. You can't access it outside the loop. Talk more about that later. Okay, so that's a for in loop, and again, that's when you know how many times you want to loop through it. All right. Now, I don't know if I need this later on. I might for another example, so let's just go ahead and comment that out and put it over this way, and then let's go ahead and do another example of a for in loop. Let's talk about arrays, okay? That the number variable held one number, okay? It switched, it varied over time, but it was just one number. So going back to the car analogy, what if you were driving along and it was just you driving the car? Could you get in the carpool lane? Probably no. Okay, though I know some guys do. Anyway, so yeah, so carpool lane is for more than one. So an array is like a car that has more than one person in it. Okay, or a better example would be like a van or a bus of 30 people. All right, array can hold 30 people, get in the carpool lane, and be on the way to work and be quick. So an array is just like that. It can carry a busload of numbers or data, okay? Because it'll carry everything, including objects. So let's do an example of an array now, okay? So let's say I'm going to use it, make it a constant. So I'll use let, And let's say we're doing a classroom setting where we are identifying students in our classroom. So let's go Amy. Let's do Chris. Oops. Remember, this is going to be an array of strings, so they all have to have quote marks around them. Let's do Jim. I just said that and I didn't do it. All right, yeah. Okay, so there. And then let's go Eric. And let's go Alex. There we go. So that's an array of names of kids in the class. All right, so let's now loop through those with a ForIn. Okay, we'll go through every one of them. So let's go for, and let's call our variable or our index counter kids name in, and now I could name the array. Okay, and look how good code completion is. Just by putting K, Swift knows I might want to use that array I just made, so I could just double click that. Turns green, so you know you're doing it right. Okay, and then I could just say print and we'll just do kid's name. All right. And we'll close that. We'll put an exclamation point, make it quotes. All right, something like that. Okay, so that looks pretty good. And so that now prints everybody's name in that array. So that for loop, I didn't know how many people were in there. And I said originally that the for loop is usually for you know how many. And so if you use a for loop and you use an array, you don't have to know as many, because like I said, I could go ahead and add another name to this. And you'll see it'll loop through, and now it'll have Sue in here too. So you don't always have to know exactly how many people are in an array if you use a for loop. Okay, that's one of them. Okay, so let's now go to another type of loop called while loops. Okay, and again, I'm going to go ahead and save this like this because I may want to come back and use this example again. So I'll make a comment code. I'll just make it 1. Here's another comments. I'll just push it down there, like that, like so. And now let's talk about while loops. Okay, again, using while loops is nice because you don't have to know how many times you want to loop through. And so I'm going to make a little guessing game, and we'll like see if the computer can guess my number. Okay, so let's first make the number I want to guess. So let number I am using Camelback, and let's make that equals 7. And then let's go something, the current guess. Okay, and we'll make that starting at -1. Okay, and then we'll say, let's just go ahead and print let's say 1 and 20. And let's tell people, guess what is, it is. Okay, period, end of quote. All right, just simple little print line. Okay, and then let's go ahead and do a while loop. Okay, while current yes, and here comes a Boolean condition, right? Not, well, it's not equal to the number I'm thinking. You see, it's code completion to help me out there. Already knows that that's what I want to work with. Okay, so I'll just go print, and we'll just say, you know, I'm guessing here. and we'll put the current, let's just put the current number that it's currently guessing. Okay, I like code completion because once again, it is trying to help me figure out what's there, and sometimes I type it all the way through, sometimes I actually use a suggestion. You should use a suggestion if it's popping up to make things quicker. So you see it's guessing, all these times it's guessing, all right, all the way through. Now the problem is I didn't actually add a current guess. So I printed it, but I didn't add it. So I'm going to do that to kind of comment out. You'll see that the computer will stop guessing here soon. It gets way ahead of us. The computer is not only better at doing repetitive tasks because it doesn't get distracted, but it does them faster. So the human's not as good. So see how long it took, how many times it was repeating that task. I didn't create a random number. I want to create a random number that guesses, this random number will guess, all right? So I'll use Swift's random number generator, and it looks something like this. Let's put a guess will equal, and they have a crazy random number. This is it, and then you can put in here 20, and then I'm going to say plus 1. So it goes from 0 to 20, okay? And then now I can print it out, and it's going to try to guess, and when it guesses, it'll stop. Okay, so there it is at 28 times. It started, it said, think of a number between 1 and 20, guess what it is. And then it said, is it 18, is it 5, is it 10, all the way down, and finally guesses 7, which was the number I was thinking of. Again, if I switch this to 10, it'll do it again until it comes up to 10, and let's see if it redoes it. There it is. Okay, so 120, and it finally gets a 10. Okay, so pretty cool. That's a while loop. So while the current guess is not the number I'm thinking of, run through this loop. Pretty cool, huh? All right, good little exercise. All right. Now, let's talk a little bit about scope. I told you we'd talk about this earlier, and scope is important because your variables, you want them to be seen throughout your program, but some variables aren't. Like I told you before, in the for number in this variable right here, this number is not accessible throughout your program. It's just for this loop. So your scope is very important. So let's set up a situation so you can better understand that. Okay, so I'm going to delete all that, and then I'm going to start a new one. I'm going to say let is morning equal true. Okay, and then I'm going to say if, okay, so that's a Boolean, so is morning is true. And then I'm going to say if is morning, and I'm going to declare a variable inside this if statement. Okay, so var greeting equals good morning. Okay. Let's do an else. Then we put the else after the closing one, and then open it up again. We're going to declare another variable, var greeting equals good afternoon. So this basically says, depending on if it's morning, say morning. If it's not morning, say good afternoon. Now, the trick here is, or what I'm trying to get across to you, is that these variables, this variable greeting, is not accessible outside of this if statement. Okay, so basically, when we go ahead and print greeting outside of it, let's go down here and print it, and I say greeting, it can't see where greeting is. In fact, it'll come up with an error. Right, there's the error. Mozilla doesn't even know what greeting is. It's hidden. Its scope is just within this if statement, okay, as opposed to the scope being throughout. Now we can make this scope throughout the entire program by coming up here, and let's declare greeting as a global, what we call a global variable. Okay, so I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to say greeting. And let's just say we didn't know what greeting is going to be, so let's just make it blank. There we go. And now when I print greeting, okay, it should come in and print the greeting that we want. Yeah, looks good. All right. And let's see, we got something messed up. True. Okay, if it was morning, greeting, good morning else. Okay, quickly. This should print up correctly. It should be printing up the greeting, and it just printed the backslash. So let's see what I did wrong here. Variable greeting equals blank. Yeah, I like that. Start it off. If well, first of all, it doesn't give an error. Okay, so but greeting should be redefined. Oh, because I'm redeclaring them right here. So see the var that declares it, and then if I go ahead and get rid of the var here because it's already declared, every time you put var or let before a variable, it's declaring it again. So now it's out here, and now it's good morning. Okay, if I put good morning to be false, okay, then it would say good afternoon. Okay, so you understand scope. That's a small example of a very heavy topic, but if you want your variables to be what we call global, put them outside your loops and declare them up here. Remember, declare them, you put var, and you can't redeclare them. You're basically redeclaring another variable by going var here. All right, this still works because it's good afternoon and it gets in here, but you can't do that. Okay, that's scope, and that's loops. So for in and while. For in, usually what you know how many times it loops through, unless you use an array, and a while loop is loop through as many times as until my boolean is true. Okay, and that's it. So again, trying to make you great, help you innovate. Don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.